welcome back. Another day, another vlog, Friday edition, end of the working week. We're done and dusted. For the Monday to Friday people, for us, it's the weekend. This comes good. Weekend's good on a mine site generally. There's no bosses. They all fly back to wherever they live. So that's good. So that's when you get all your work done. When there's no one there to sort of annoy you or have meetings or introduce new rules and paperwork. So weekends are pretty much the best time ever on a mine site. I've found in the 20 odd years, it's generally when all the people that make life hard for everyone fly out or go home, and then the people that do all the work just get in and get it done over 2 days, and then you get back on track for the next week. And then it all goes back to pear-shaped. But that's all good. We've well, not a bad night. Yesterday I got a bit done on the new video. It's looking pretty good. It's not a long one, so you'll probably be happy with that. I think sometimes I'm getting so excited with photos and stuff and videos. I film so much and I don't want to cut out everything. I try to keep it to 15. I'm aimed at 10 to 15 minutes. So if I generally do hit 20 minutes, 25 minutes a lot with the videos. I know on the show sometimes I've got to try and keep it down, but it's hard. I try to get as much info as I can out to you. It's what I do. But no, it's looking pretty good. It's reasonably. It's probably going to be around the 10-minute mark or just under. So, but it's looking good. Got some nice photos. I've got one of my little buddy Jack, which I'm pretty proud of. Got some really good photos of him for us, from me and my wife. So that's awesome. A couple for us to keep and for us when he goes up and give to him. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, got some beautiful ones of the Milky Way, which is pretty cool. And I even did a composition one. I had a bit of a play around and did I had a really nice photo of the ocean and water at night, and it come up good, but for whatever reason the stars had a red haze over. I'm not quite sure what happened because I had multiple photos, and I remember being there and it looked pretty good in the camera, so I don't know what's happened. It's strange because I had my night filter on and it's just like just a red haze, and I tried everything. I stuffed around for ages with the photos trying to get them to work, and it just didn't work. But it was a really nice foreground because I had the lume cube in the water, so I was making this beautiful crystal clear water sort of shine, and that come up really good. It's got that little sort of tealy, greeny, bluish sort of tinge to the water, so I didn't want to waste it. So what I thought, well, I had some really good Milky Way ones. I thought, well, why not? If I do that right and I mixed it in and I played around with Photoshop, and I think I think it sort of fits and it looks pretty good. You probably, if you're the astute followers out there, will know that the Milky Way will be on this side, so it can't be that way. But look, I'm up front and honest. It's an art form. I know there's some people that don't like doing it. And for those, I've got my other photos where I've got the cliff face, and you'll see the beautiful Milky Way straight over the cliff face. But I didn't want to waste this other photo, so I thought, it's good, and I think it came up really well. So I'm pretty happy with it. Some other really nice photos in there. Got a few of the beach in the daytime. A really famous spot in southwest of Perth, which is called Sugarloaf Rock. Got some really nice ones of that, so I've added them in because we checked that out on the drive down that day. Not a massive one because I didn't really spend. It was more just spending time with the families, but I just wanted to get a few things to sort of get a video and show you some more of the southwest. It's a beautiful, beautiful part of WA, and if you ever do come, make sure you get down there. So definitely worthwhile. Rightio, get on some tech news. Let's see how that goes. Some big things tonight, actually. Hyundai has announced they've started up a separate car company or a separate brand just for their electric vehicles. So it's going to be called Ionic, and they've got three cars slated at the moment. First will be a crossover, and when I say crossover, it actually looks, it looks like a Golf GTI pimped with big flag guards. So it doesn't look really tall like a RAV4 or anything like that, or a Volkswagen Tiguan or anything like that, which you'd sort of think sort of crossover. it sort of just looks like a beefed up, meaty Golf GTI or a Civic Type R pimped out. That's sort of the look. You'll see the photo. I'll try and get a photo to chuck up on the thumbnail. Look pretty good. Now they're going to have the 3 models. So the crossover will come in 2021. So it'll be next year. That's the first one. Then 2022 will be their sports car. Now, to be honest, that looked really, really nice. Very smooth lines. Very much Porsche Beetle, the roof line, it's got that rounded roof line, and then that looks like a 2-door but a 4-seater. And I think the crossover was even a 2-door, possibly 4-door, 4-seater, definitely on that one. But yeah, look, that looks really smicko. Be interesting to see what they can do with it. And then they'll have a big SUV, big 6-7-seater, like a Land Cruiser, coming out in 2024. So that's a bit of a way off. Not a really clear photo of that. They haven't really sort of structured or fine-tuned where they're going with that one. They've just got a basic concept, I think, of that one. That's nothing locked in. You've got the front headlights, and that actually looks a little bit, and I think Lou later, which was on, the boys were talking about it, looked very Rivian in the front light, set up that sort of straight, dead up, vertical lights and stuff like that. So, look, the renders look amazing. This crossover, if it comes to fruition, this is the first one. It's got some nice angles on it. Again, I think that's the car I was thinking of, the Delta Integral. If you're an old bastard like me, you remember the Delta Integral, probably one of the most famous rally cars in history, 80s, turbocharged monster, 4-wheel drive, just a beast of a car, just drill-worthy car for me. And it's got that sort of pumped out guard sort of look to it. So it did look pretty cool. It is a Hyundai. I've got to be honest, not a chance in hell would I ever buy a Hyundai. I can't stand them. They're junk. I just couldn't do it. But look, they're getting there. They've made a lot of progress. I guess one day they'll probably be up there, and now everything's going electric. They might be their forte, because petrol engines are definitely not their forte. They're cheap plasticky crap. But maybe electrics where they belong. So that might be a different thing for them. Never know. Might change my mind. But they do look cool. That crossover looks good, and the sports car looks good. And we'll find out about that one. So I'll check that out later. Right, Microsoft has they haven't released anything. They've released the Surface Duo. Basically, it is a ridiculous phone. It's an iPad cut in half, turned into a phone. It's just insane. It is an 8.1-inch display. So there's my iPad. I think that's 10-inch one. So that one. So it's only a little bit smaller than that. Fold that in half, and you've got the Microsoft Duo. Why? 93 millimeters. You've got to have 93 millimeters. So I guess if you look at a phone, just picture holding a phone like that. That's probably not far off. I think, what's that, 6.5? Yeah, that won't be far off there. You'd be like this, holding the phone like that all day, or maybe a little bit smaller. But yeah, just crazy. Specs as well. It's a $1,400 US phone, so it's like up there with the premium stuff. $2,000 Australian at least for this thing. It's coming out September the 10th. Probably I would have brought it forward or taken it back a few more days. September 11th, not a good day in America. It's a day of remembrance for the September 11 attack. So 10th, I know they've probably got it to there. I would have maybe come a little bit earlier or left it a little bit later. It's a bit strange for that one. It's the first Android phone for Microsoft. And for some reason, you're paying $2,000 for this phone. You're going to get the old Snapdragon 855. So not even the 865, which is the current one, or the 865 Plus, which is the one coming out. You're basically 2 generations behind with this new phone. So that was pretty interesting and pretty disappointing. I don't know why. Maybe they couldn't get stock of it or something like that, or it's just to try and keep the cost down. This phone is huge. I don't know who's actually going to buy this thing. It's only got a 3750 milliamp battery. So you've got this two big massive screens, or basically that size, and you've got a small battery. There's bigger batteries in smaller phones. So again, a little bit weird. No headphone jack. So yeah, look, I don't know. I don't think it's going to sell real well, actually. I think the format, I really don't know how their research group got to the point that someone said, yeah, someone wants a phone this big to talk on. Yeah, I've got an iPad. I'm just talking on my iPad. It's just, yeah. Sorry, it's probably just me, but there's no way in hell I'd be walking around with that up there like that. That's just insanity. And you need cargo pants or something. You need some sort of massive pockets just to put it in, once you fold it up to put it in. So, yeah, very, very crazy. I'm really a little bit dumbfounded that one. Yeah, I think Microsoft probably just stick to software. Go and fix Excel, because Excel sucks hard. It crashed so many times this week. It's just driving me nuts. So, yeah, Microsoft just needs to stick to software, I think, and leave the phones up to Samsung and Apple. I think that'd probably be a better bet. Xbox, we've got a launch month. November is the launch month. So that's all sort of pretty much locked in. Now, one of the big points of that is Halo, the big, big name, been around since I was a wee whippersnapper playing computer games on the Commodore 64. I think just after PlayStation 1, Halo, and I think it came out around about then. That's been pushed back to next year. They've got dramas with the software and trying to get it ready, so they've pushed back their launch. So there's a few rumours around, and boys at TechLink were saying that it could hurt their sales a little bit, because there's really not a lot of new games that are really worth playing. But I don't think it will. I think November, it's a pretty good month. There's going to be a lot of parents buying kids stuff for Christmas. That's probably a perfect sort of time frame, September to November, for people to start buying stuff to put it away and put under the tree. So I don't think it'll hurt the sales. I think it's going to be probably a little bit of a disappointment when the guys get it and they've got to basically go and play all their old games on a new machine. They probably should run faster and better, but yeah, a little bit weird. But look, by all means, it's going to be pretty wild bit of kit, and I think those games will come out 6 months' time. You're going to have a shit ton of games, so I think it'll be fine. Now, this is a pretty wild one. COVID-19 related. Russia, old Putin, the guru, has come out and announced the vaccine for COVID-19. Yep, we've got it. We've started punching it into everyone. He reckons he's put it into one of his daughters, given her the injection. They didn't do any phase 3 trials. We don't need that. Stuff that. We did phase 2. It was all good. Let's get this stuff out there. So Russia is injecting this stuff. Yeah, I think it's... look, if it works, he's a bloody genius. He's going to have his whole population inoculated a year in front of everyone else, or at least 6 months in front of everyone else. If it goes pear-shaped, he could possibly, worst possible case scenario, kill half, a third of his population, or give him some whatever. If this thing goes bad, what does it do to you? Worst case, I guess, is death. Does it make you all blind or something? Who knows? Pretty ballsy move. He's definitely well known for putting his nuts on the line and having a crack. You don't work in the KGB for all those years and not be afraid to step up and make a big decision. The world would probably be a little bit better place with people that have got the kahunas to do that. As long as it's an educated kahuna shot. Not the Trump kahunas. Trump chucks his kahunas out there regularly, but he's got no idea how he hasn't had them torn off. I have no idea. He's just an escape artist. Purebred, born escape artist. But, so yeah, this is going to be huge, massive, massive news. Going to be very interesting to see how it plays out, what happens. I guess we're going to know what's August. in the next 2 months, I guess, we're going to see if people start getting really sick from something else, or what side effect has come through that they didn't know about. Fingers crossed they don't, because the last thing we want is see these poor Russian people get all these injections and then something worse happens to them. That would be terrible. Yeah. Fingers crossed. Let's just hope he's got it right. If it works, well then, look, we've got the world's biggest phase 3 test with a 200-300 million people population. You can't get a better test than that. That's just like gold. So could be really good, could be really bad. Let's just hope for the really good bit. And yeah, don't ever play chicken with Vladimir Putin. There's a hot tip, because he would just jam straight into you. So yeah, pretty cool. Well, not pretty cool, just pretty wild. Yeah, very, very interesting to see that one. Now, xiamei is made, I think it's xiamei, I think that's how you pronounce it, has made the world's first transparent television. So television, black screen when it's off. When it's going to be off, it's going to be see-through, so pure glass. Now, look, the boys at TechLink scoffed at this. And I sort of, yeah, like, why would you need it? But then I had to think about it. I had some time, a little bit of reflection, and going, well, hang on. Yeah, it's a TV now, but who can remember, what was it? I think it was Tom Cruise, the movie. The phone, clear phone, see-through phone, was just a bit of glass, picks it up as his phone, clicks on it, bang, 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 got the phone. Ring any bells? TV, phone? Yes. That's my big hot tip here. If they can make a transparent TV and it works, and I think by the looks of it, it does, go check out the website and check out this TV. I'll have a picture in the thumbnail, but wow, that is pretty insane. We are talk about what is it? Reality, and then we make a movie, and then suddenly we're making the stuff, and we've got the stuff. Well, that amazing movie, I'm sure I'm pretty sure it's Tom Cruise. I'm pretty sure from one of the Mission Possibles or something, or that Minority Report or something like that. Had the clear phone. Well, I reckon that is coming. I don't think we're far off. If they can do a TV screen and do it, then I'm sure it's gonna have some bezels. They're gonna have to get all the tech and all the batteries in the bezels to do it, but you can still have a see-through phone. That's probably not far off. Amazing to see in a TV, and it's pretty cool if you've got a really nice wall or stuff like that, and you put epoxy TV on it. Well, now you got a nice clear screen with it, and it's only a thin bezel. It's not a huge bezel, so now you've got a nice it doesn't sort of take away from that image when you walk in the house. So I think it's probably sort of valid. I think it will definitely sell, and I don't think it's a bad thing. So something different anyway, so go check it out. And then last but not least, waffling on all day for you, but the Friday show, trying to get as much into it as I can. Nisi filters, they do a great filter. I use their night sky filter and love it. Got some fantastic shots with it of the Milky Way and the stars. Definitely can vouch for them. They do a nice filter. They've brought out a blue streak filter. Now, anamorphic lenses, you might have heard of them. You've probably seen a lot in cinema in the old days, anamorphic. Well, anamorphic's had a huge resurgence. Siri also do some great filters. They make and I've got my gimbal through them, they make two anamorphic lenses, the 50mm and the 35mm. The 35mm just come off Indiegogo, or still on Indiegogo at the moment, so if you're looking for one, you can get it. They're $600, $700, $800 for the lens to get that look. Well, now you can just screw this filter on it. Basically, it's a circular filter, 82mm, so pretty much fit everything with your step-up rings, and it's got a 2mm blue line, like streaks across this filter. So you can adjust the angle, so you can fit it there. So then when you hit a light source, just say you come up, get this light source, it'll then, if you've got a horizontal, it'll spray that 2mm line across that, very similar to the anamorphic effect. So I think these are going to sell like hotcakes. They did a short little movie, and it looked like it was Australian made. It was very well done. It was a very high end sort of a little ad for it, but it didn't look too bad. Now it does. The only thing I would say to it, it does have it like an extended streak where anamorphic will just sort of take how powerful that is. Just say this is a light and maybe just come out a little bit, that flaring effect of it. Whereas this one sort of tend to have it across the whole way. So you'd have to be a little bit delicate with your light sources and how far they are from you, because if it was a bright light source, it'd just pump it across the whole screen. It'd probably look a little bit funky, I guess. But definitely something different, a good way to look at it, a good way to try. Look, they know what they're doing, so the filter's going to be high quality. If you don't really want to pay for that anamorphic lens, but you want to try it and just see how it goes, definitely worth having a crack. $180 for the round. They do have the square filters. They're a little bit more expensive. But yeah, $180 Australian. It's probably only about $110, $120 American. So definitely jump on the Nisi site and check that out. And that's about it. Another week done and dusted. Have a great weekend. I will see you all again Monday for another show. I should have the new video out, Margaret River, out tomorrow. Got to get some sleep today, get some work this, so I should be able to finish it off, I reckon. And if not, I'll finish it off tomorrow morning and I'll get it out tomorrow for you. But have a great weekend, and I'll see you all again Monday. Stay safe, stay happy, and I'll see you then. Right now, we're going that way. That way, I'll catch you on Monday. Peace.